Welcome everybody, this is Kriek and thank you for joining me in today's webinar. Today is Wednesday the 17th of June 2026. Please let me know if you can hear my voice and see the welcome screen. Okay, that's super. Thank you so much. Thanks for confirming there, Alfred. I see that we have more participants here today. Okay, fantastic. Elena also, thank you so much. The session is being recorded. So as usual, I'll go and upload the recording at a later stage. I'm using the Google Meet or the Google webinar format. And the last time it recorded with a smaller screen. So I really hope that this time I have fixed that issue. But nice to see everybody, and it's nice to be back. It's really hot here in Portugal, in Southern Europe. But it is Mediterranean climate, and we definitely heading into summer here. For the past 2 weeks, it was really nice to catch a break and go on a fantastic motorcycle tour through all the Portuguese villages and countryside and so on. So that was really nice. But before we get started with today's session, I need to make mention that I'm not a financial advisor. And that means I can teach you my strategies. I can point out to you where I personally would want to buy and sell. But the actual trading decision, you're still going to have to make yourself. Right. So let's dive into the rest of the webinar. Just a little bit about me. My name is Kriek. I have more than 20 years experience in the financial markets. I have developed many trading strategies and systems, and I taught thousands of traders how to analyze the markets and create portfolios. And I am your host today, as usual. My mantra is that the market is a mirror. So if you're going to fear taking a loss, then you're going to invite it. So stay fearless, stay focused. If you get stopped out, that's fine. It's part of the system. It's part of trading. Okay. So hi there, Tom. Thanks for joining. Right. So what do we have here? First things first, KriekTrade.io. That is the website you need to go to. And you can simply log in with your username and your password. If you've forgotten your password, just click on recover password. So let's see if we have that on the home page. When you go to KriekTrade.io, you can sign up for the daily market briefings. Please let me know if you receive the daily market briefings. They are vitally important and just gives you a nice snapshot of what to expect for the day. It is basically just a shortened version of the briefing that you get in the upper left-hand corner of the actual dashboard. Thomas saying there must be a chat. Maybe this is it. This is absolutely it. Yes, it is. Okay, this is the chat. Right. So what do we have today? Let's just go and read the daily briefing. First of all, I see that we have the risk gauge at 85%, or at a value of 85, which means we are in a market with extreme greed. We have a new Federal Reserve chairman. Jerome Powell is not the chairman anymore. We have a new person, Warsh, and he will be announcing interest rates in less than an hour. He is dovish. I think he's more dovish than Jerome Powell. And in light of the better than expected inflation numbers that we've seen in the United States, as well as the lower GDP numbers, I do think that he is going to be very dovish. I don't think he's going to cut interest rates today, but I think he will be dovish. And that will most probably cause the dollar to continue to weaken, and we will most probably see the risky assets, the risky asset narrative prevailing, which means equities, the stock market will continue higher. We're likely going to see high yielding assets continue high in value. And we're likely going to see the Japanese yen continue to weaken, as well as the Swiss franc. It has been weakening. It absolutely can weaken much further because of the zero interest rates in Switzerland. So I expect crypto and equities and high yielding currencies to continue to go up. We're definitely in the final stage of the 18.6-year cycle. If you want to read more about the 18.6-year cycle, then you can just simply go and click on the 18.6-year cycle on the left, and you can read more about it. But we are about 93% in on the 18.6-year cycle, so there's definitely still another leg up with regards to equities and high-yielding assets. I would not be selling the stock market at this point. All right, so back to the daily briefing. What's happening here? We have a bullish macro regime, which means, like I said earlier, a bullish equity market, bullish high-yielding currencies, for instance, buying the Aussie yen, buying the Aussie Swiss, that kind of thing. And what are the key for the day? The key catalysts are, we have Trump. He is actually speaking right now, or he has just been speaking on Iran, taking questions about Iran. So it looks like a deal will be signed on Friday. We do have a deal, but the actual deal hasn't been signed. As far as I understand, the deal will be signed on Friday, but that's great news for the markets. And then we will have Kevin Warsh, the new Fed chairman. He will be announcing interest rates in the next 50 minutes or so. What are actionable insights for the day? Equities in the AI and quantum computing sector show relative strength following Amazon and Allbirds announcements. Now, we also had the IPO of SpaceX last week, and since then, SpaceX has been, I mean, it has just been rocketing to the upside, and I think it's now the third or the fourth largest company by market cap on the planet. It's just amazing. We can go and have a look at those charts a little bit later. Right. So on the right-hand side, we also have the economic calendar, and you can see here that we have the Fed interest rates decision coming up in the next 15 minutes. We also have the Treasury yield curve, which is definitely not inverted, so there's no recession on the horizon, at least not now. Tom is saying we can see other webinar participants. Okay, that's fantastic. There is someone that wants to be admitted. Right. And Jewel has been admitted. There we go. Okay. Thank you for coming, for joining us today, Jewel. Elena, yes, it has been added. Elena is asking if the SpaceX stock has been added to the universe, or the symbol universe here. It has been. Let's go to the scanner. I added a custom SpaceX symbol, but I can actually remove that. Excuse me. Remember, if you don't have, if you cannot see a particular symbol in this dashboard, then you can just go and add the symbol yourself. And that's what I did. And that's why the SpaceX symbol here is custom. I added that myself a couple of days ago, but since then the scanner universe has been updated. So I'm just going to remove it and see if it is still there. And there it is. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So let me know if you can see SpaceX. If you want to see the charts, you can just go and click on dashboard next to it. we obviously don't have a lot of historical candlesticks. I mean, it's only been trading since last week Thursday, so there's only 4 daily chart candlesticks, excluding today, and then this is the 1 hour situation. So we don't really have a lot of data to try and see if there's any patterns that we can identify, or anything in that regard. For instance, if I go and I change the symbol to Bitcoin, let's go to BTC USD. There we go, Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin should be loading. There we go. So that's Bitcoin. Remember, guys, if you double click on a chart, then it will maximize that. If you double click on it, then it will unmaximize it again. You can click on the maximize button in the upper right hand corner of the. We could not do this previously, but now we can. Okay. All right. So there's more people coming in here. Right. Welcome, everybody. For those of you just joining now, it's good to be back. The session is being recorded. Let me know if you've got any questions. Let me just open up the chat box here. Right. So, Elena, the SpaceX stock has been added, and you can see that in the scanner. You can see that on the charts. But now, because we don't have enough data yet, because it's only been trading for 4 or 5 days, we can't really go about analyzing it. So at this point, we just kind of flying blind and going with a narrative which is bullish for SpaceX. But if you have a symbol that's got more data, like for instance, Bitcoin here, BTC USD, you can go and at the top of the charts, you can click on a variety of technical analysis tools, for instance, harmonic patterns. So I have harmonic pattern selected here, and you can see that there's a cipher pattern here. Okay, there's a cipher pattern, and a cipher pattern is within this context is a bullish pattern. And what we have introduced here is the A point of the actual cipher pattern, which is this here. So without projecting it with a target, the best course of action, in my opinion, would be to be a bit more conservative and simply use the A as a target. Now, the A is at 109,000. So in the event that Bitcoin moves above the 45 period exponential moving average, this purple line, then it's likely going to go to that A. So let's see what's going to happen. Okay. But again, this is fantastic to have this kind of data, to have this kind of historical data, so that we can view these patterns. But with a new stock, a new symbol like SpaceX, we can't. You can also hide the harmonic patterns and look at conventional patterns. There's a bear flag, all right, and it could pan out because it's below the 45 period exponential moving average. Let's take that off. You can view the Fibonacci's. It says here the Fibonacci's are suppressed. Oh, okay, yes, because if price is below the 45 period exponential moving average on the daily chart, it's not going to draw an up Fibonacci ABCD swing. Why? Because we are in a risk on narrative, risk on situations. Let's turn that off. And you can draw the 144 and 377 exponential moving average. You can see that there was a death cross. The moment that there's a golden cross, then it will draw a new up Fibonacci AB boundary. You can have a look at the Dow channels, which will draw an automatic technical analysis. It will draw trend lines where you have your major trend, you have the minor trend, or the secondary trend, which is the golden lines here, as well as the minor trend. The minor trend is the pink lines. Now, what we have been trying to do is project the minor trend onto the 1 hour chart only. So there's the minor trend. And you can see that it's currently bearish. It has been painstakingly calibrated to draw the best possible trend lines on the software. So this is probably the best technical analysis software in the world. Okay. Elena is saying, if we add a symbol of a stock, we are interested. Is this symbol added to the universe of stock? No, it's not added to the universe of stock. It's just added to your own profile. If there is a stock that is missing or any other symbol, just send me a message and I'll get it added for you so that we can all benefit from it. Okay. You can just do that and we'll be adding that for you. Okay, so I'm just going to uncheck the Dow channels. Now, we can go through all these symbols one by one today and waste a lot of time by analyzing a symbol one by one and looking at the charts and seeing if it's tradable and seeing if there's any setups. Or we can scan through hundreds of symbols in an instant to see which ones are actually providing us with any potential entries. Where I can see, listen, this is the entry point, there's the stop loss, there's the target, and I can build a portfolio, or I can add a symbol that is tradable to my portfolio. So let's go and see. I'm going to go and click on the scanner. Right, so there's the whole scanner. But then at the top menu of the scanner, I can select crypto, I can select stocks, I can select ETFs, I can select Forex. We've got a whole lot of Forex currency pairs here, commodities, futures, bonds, as well as indexes. Now, indexes are normally not tradable indexes. They are just, it's just an indication of the actual index. You know, it's just a benchmark. But it's so nice to look at them, because alternatively you wouldn't be able to view the DAX, which is the German index, or just the Dow Jones index benchmark, or the Hong Kong, or the Korean index. So let's have a look at the TSX, which is the Toronto Stock Exchange. It's their benchmark. I see. Oh, it says here it's waiting for a bullish setup. Okay, so there is no a signal on that one. Which one is actually confirmed? The Nikkei 225 bullish setup confirmed, and there's a rising wedge. Okay, let's go and click on this one. Open that in the dashboard. And there we go. So there's the daily chart. So the first thing I can see here is that we are bullish. The market is above the 45 period exponential moving average. It's likely going to draw the Fibonacci sequence for me. So if I click on the daily Fibonacci, there's the A, there's the B. We have a very, very shallow C, and that means the D extension is going to be the 2.618 at 68,132, and it's just hit that one. So the moment that there is a new fractal high, then it will draw a new up AB boundary. Remember, this market is bullish. I would not be selling into this market. I would simply be I would just continue buying. So let's see. It says that there's a setup confirmed on the 1 hour chart. So let's open up the 1 hour. Let's draw. Okay, let's turn off the daily Fibonacci and let's click on stop loss and target. Okay, so there we go. So here we have a stop loss, we have an entry, and we have a target. Why do we have a target that is actually showing me not such a good risk reward ratio? That target is most probably a Fibonacci level. So let's go and draw the 1 hour Fibonacci's, and there we go. So now you can see why. There's your up Fibonacci A, B, C, D swing. The market retraced here to the 5-0 retracement level. That's why the D extension is the 1.618, and that is why it's the target. So if you caught this one at the C point, then you would have had a nice risk-reward ratio. Okay, because there's the stop loss, and then there's your target. You know, this would have been this would have been the risk, and that would have been the reward. But now if you get into this trade, you're not going to get a good risk-reward. I'm not so worried about it because you're definitely trading in the direction of highest probability, so I'm fine. Like I'm fine, still getting in here. Anyway, so that's how I would be looking at trading opportunities. Let's take off the Fibonacci's here, and let's go back to the scanner and see what else is there. What shall we look at? Give me a sector. Crypto, stocks, ETFs, forex, commodities, futures. What would you like me to have a look at? The ball is in your court. Let's see let's narrow it down. What are you guys looking at? Post it here in your chat box. Elena says forex. Okay, fine. So I'm going to go and click on forex. Okay, so now they are listed in alphabetical order. I can go and sort them by all pairs or majors or crosses or exotics. Okay, just have a look at the top menu here. I can sort them by all pairs, majors, crosses, or exotics. So let's go to majors. There's the major currency pairs. Aussie US dollar. This one is bearish. Wait for a bullish flip. Euro US dollar is bearish. Wait for a bullish flip. That's not going to happen. You see, when it says wait for a bullish flip, I actually want to buy it, but I can't buy it now because the direction is bearish. So we need to wait for this to turn bullish. Pound US dollar, New Zealand dollar, US dollar, and dollar Canadian, dollar Swiss, and dollar yen. Those are bullish. It's saying you're waiting for a bullish flip, but what it's actually meaning is that we need to wait for the US dollar to actually turn bullish, and it's not bullish at this point. You might find that the Swiss and the yen will weaken versus the dollar. So maybe we need to go and have a look at the chart. Let's click on the dollar Swiss here. Daily chart is above the 45 period exponential moving average. That's looking good. It's so nice to see that the Swiss franc is finally weakening. By the way, we have introduced analytical tools drawing tools that you can use yourself. There is a button. If you click on the drawing tools button on the left here of the chart, it will open up another menu where you can go and use a whole bunch of tools here. For instance, you can draw a trend line, and you can delete it again. You can just press the delete key on your keyboard. You can put text. You can draw symbols. There's many things that you can do with that. But let's draw the auto trend lines. Let's click on Dow channels. So what's going on here? So there's a huge down primary trend here, and a down secondary trend, and an up minor trend. This is such a nice up minor trend. I like that, especially now that the market is above the 45 period exponential moving average. That minor trend will be replicated on the 1 hour chart. This is the 1 hour chart. If you cannot see what chart it is, just look in the upper left-hand corner. There's the symbol, US dollar, Swiss franc, and the hourly time frame. Okay. It says here, wait for a bullish setup. So we don't have a bullish signal here just yet. But I want to see what's happening with the 1 hour Fibonacci's. You see here, if I click on the 1 hour Fibonacci, it says there's no Fibonacci yet. Waiting for the next exponential moving average 144 and 377 to cross, to anchor a new ABCD swing. So we don't have that. It's waiting for a new cross. Okay, so we don't have that. Okay, so there is no signal on the US dollar Swiss franc. But let's see, maybe there's a daily Fibonacci. No, also can't draw that one. There's no There's no bullish golden cross with these moving averages. Okay, so we can't draw a fib. What about patterns? Oh, okay, so there's a nice descending triangle that was broken to the upside. Let's have a look at harmonic patterns. Oh, there was a butterfly, but that one's done already. Okay, nothing on the dollar Swiss. Let's have a look at the US dollar Japanese yen. JPY. There we go. Okay, so this is bullish. That is above the 45 period exponential moving average. Let's look at the trend lines. Lovely primary trend, nice secondary trend, nice um, minor trend. Alfred is asking for silver and gold. Yes, we will have a look at that. Rich is saying, can you add a text box and put notes in the charts? Yes, I can. So I can click on the drawing tool button and I can click on the text and I can write text here. Um, there we go. Let's see how that works. There we go. Dollar yen is bullish. I think we can develop this more. I'd like to change the font, maybe the color of the text. Let me make a note. I think that would be first prize if we can do that. 1 second. I'd like to change the size of it and the font and so on. Right, that's done. Okay, and then I can simply delete that. I can click on that, click the delete button. Let's uncheck the Dow channels, the trend lines. Let's look at the daily Fibonacci. There it is. Look at that. There's your A, B, C, D swing. There's the A. There's the B. There's the C. It looks like it is a 236 retracement. So the D extension is the 2.618. That means the yen can still go all the way up to 174. Isn't that astonishing? That's the target. That's the D extension of the daily of Fibonacci. Crazy, crazy stuff. Do we have any patterns? Let's have a look at some harmonic patterns. No, can't see anything here. Any other patterns? No, nothing. On the 1 hour chart, it's saying wait for a bullish setup. So we just don't have that yet. But there's an up Fibonacci with a target at 167. Waiting for a bullish setup. Let's have a look at the RSI here. This is the RSI. And whenever the RSI crosses its own moving average, that should be a buy signal. So I guess we've missed the previous one. It just needs to cross down and then cross up again. All right. But that's not looking too bad. I mean, even if I get in now on the dollar yen, let's go to the scanner and go to Forex again and click on the majors. The dollar yen, if I trade long on the dollar yen, I'd be earning 8.5% per year just with overnight interest. If I was going to trade long on the dollar Swiss, I'd be earning 6.10% per year just on overnight interest. Isn't that fantastic? So even if I get stuck in a trade, I'll still be earning overnight interest. This is very important for those of you who trade Forex. Have a look at the swap column, long and short. So you've got, you have the long one on the left and the short one on the right. Okay, hope that makes sense. Right, some more questions we have here. Tom says, could you please show how to manipulate the screen? I have now the chat reaction, the big block for each view. That leaves a very small area for the charts. With even charts, even smaller text. I have now the chat, big block, each view. Manipulate the screen. You are talking about the webinar screen. I don't know. I don't know. Just have a look at the menu. Your menu might look different to mine. There's a menu at the bottom and there's a menu at the top. Okay. Otherwise, if you can elaborate on those questions a bit more and get them to me, I can research that and get back to you, because I'm sure it will be beneficial for everybody else. Right, so that's the majors. No real opportunity on that. Let's have a look at the crosses. Right. Now, if you quickly want to see which ones are aligned, you can sort them by signal. So on the Euro Aussie is bullish. There's a bullish setup confirmed here. There's no pattern though. The Euro NZD is bullish. The Pound Aussie is bullish and confirmed. Pound NZD is bullish. Even the Aussie CAD is bullish. But now you need to make double sure if you really want to trade them, because you've got a negative swap. If you get stuck in one of these currency pairs, you're going to pay overnight interest. Okay, just because the interest rates between these two countries are basically not in unison. I mean, the in Australia, we have higher interest rates than in Europe. That's why if you go long Euro Aussie, you get stuck, you're going to pay overnight interest. So it's actually better to trade the yen and the Swiss franc pairs. So let's see. Euro yen. Oh, wait for a bullish setup. Pound yen. There we get a positive overnight interest. Wait for a bullish setup. Oh, wow. It's only these ones that are confirmed. So we actually don't have a lot of signals from the yens and the Swiss pairs at this moment. But we can go through them. I'd like to go through them. I guess we can start with the Euro Aussie. Let's just start with at the top, the one with the signal. So let's click on dashboard here, and then we'll open up the Euro Aussie. Okay, so that's bullish. We just moved above the 45 period exponential moving average. Do I see any patterns? That's a descending triangle. Okay, it's already broken to the upside. Harmonic patterns, nothing. I don't see anything here. Okay. Daily Fibonacci's, no. There's no up Fibonacci we can draw here. It says here the current swing is bearish. And that's why it doesn't want to draw an up fib. So we need to wait for that. But there is a signal confirmed on the 1 hour chart. Remember, if the daily chart is aligned, if the daily chart is above the 45 period exponential moving average, then I can turn to the 1 hour chart and look for a signal. And that's exactly why it's saying there's a bullish setup confirmed. So I'm just going to double click on this 1 hour chart to maximize it. And then we can see if we have any harmonic patterns. No, nothing. Any normal patterns? No, nothing. 1 hour Fibonacci. There it is. Up ABCD swing with a D extension at 1.6573. Let's have a look at the stop loss and target. This is a nice risk reward ratio. Look at here. Look at this one here. Here's the stop loss at 1.6276 with the entry where we are now at 63.91 with a target, which is the 1 hour Fibonacci D extension at 67.56. Okay. Now, if I want to trade the Euro Aussie, then I can simply open up my own broker and place a manual trade, or I can go and trade it within the platform. And for that purpose, I can go to portfolio, This is the portfolio that I currently have. And these are the open positions I currently have, which are listed under paper trade. That's my open positions, profit and loss. That's the drawdown, 1%. Okay, the best trades currently is the Aussie yen and the Euro yen. That's been entered a while ago. But if I want to add the Euro Aussie, I can go to portfolio. Actually, what I should be doing, to see here, add position. Oh yeah, I can add a position here. Click on add position. I can select the symbol, Euro Aussie. That's long. There's the entry already populated for me with the target and the stop loss. And I can choose how much weighting this symbol must take on my portfolio. Now, this is very important because I'm already using 96% of my portfolio. So I only have 4% that I can play with. So I'm basically going to have to select 4% there, or 2%, or whatever. Just make sure that you don't go over your total weighting. I can select what strategy I want to trade. I can position trade, I can swing trade, I can buy and hold it. I can speculate by simply just placing a manual a buy or sell trade, and it will go and place that on my account. But I think I'm going to go back to the scanner, click on Forex, click on crosses, go to Euro Aussie, and I'm going to add this to my portfolio. Now it's added to the portfolio. Now I can go back to the portfolio and it should be here. There it is, Euro Aussie. Okay. Now it has selected the position trading strategy for me here because that is going to give me the most return. The position trading strategy would be earning me 16.9% as opposed to just buying and holding it, which is 9%. Okay. If I want to auto trade it, then I can simply just go and click the auto trade button, and the next time that there is a signal, it will go and place that on my account. It will place that on my trading account. Okay, so let me know how this workflow works for you. If you want to add any custom assets to your portfolio, you can click on add custom asset. And here you can add a custom asset like property, collectible, anything. I don't know. You could just give it a name like a painting or a property or whatever. And then purchase price, the current value, the target value, and any notes. And it will add it here to your portfolio, and it will update your portfolio projection. Like the current portfolio projection is 150%, which is fantastic. All right. It also benchmarks your portfolio return against the 10-year treasury. It says here we've got a healthy risk premium. Your portfolio earns 146% above the 10-year treasury, which is at 4.25. You're being adequately compensated for the risk you're taking. If this is too complicated, just click on auto generate portfolio, and you can type in there what you prefer to make per year. I mean, obviously the higher, if you go to an absurd percentage, then it's going to pick all these risky assets that can result in a large drawdown. You can also exclude some assets, and it will analyze and generate a portfolio for you. So you can play around with that. For now, you can use the paper trading account. Each of you has a paper trading account. Any new client has a paper trading account. So just use the paper trading account. It's virtual money that you can build a portfolio with, and get to know the software. Right. Anyway, that was the Euro Aussie. Let's go back to the scanner. Let's click on Forex. Let's click on crosses. Let's sort it by signal. Okay, Euro Aussie, Euro NZD. There's a bullish setup confirmed. So let's go and have a look at the dashboard for this one. Wow. There is an entry on the daily chart here, but that stop loss is very far. That stop loss is very far. I don't like the risk reward here, but nevertheless, we are in a risk on situation, so it's likely going to pan out. But you will not be earning even any overnight interest if you are if you're stuck in this trade. Actually, again, I like the yen and the Swiss trades. I'd like to sell the yen and the Swiss franc versus these high yielding currencies. Instead of me buying the Euro NZD, I'd be buying the NZD yen or the NZD Swiss or even the Euro Swiss or the Euro yen. For interest sake, let's see if there's any patterns. No harmonic patterns. Oh, wow, there was a Gartley pattern here. Let's have a look at this one. The A of the Gartley is at 2.0313. Somebody asked me if we can build in a measurement tool. Let's see if the measurement tool works. If it is here, actually. Text, Wolf waves, Elliott waves, Pitchfork, ABCD pattern, Fibonacci extension, Fibonacci retracement, measure. Ah, there we go. That is a 2% move. That is, it looks like 394 pips. Wow. The measurement tool is working nicely. All right. Anyway, I can delete that. All right. That's the Euro NZD. Not so happy about it. Let's go back to the scanner. Forex again. Crosses. Sort by signal. Okay. Pound Aussie is bullish. Let's go and have a look at this one. Okay, also we're above the 45 period exponential moving average. Let's have a look at the stop loss and the target. Okay, the 1 hour chart is an exact replica of what we are seeing on the daily. That's nice. There's the stop loss at 1.8806, the entry at 8944, and the target at 9301. You see, this is a fantastic risk reward ratio. You should actually build in a risk reward ratio tool here. Make another note of that. And it is based on the, no, it's not based on the, oh, there we go. It's based on the 1 hour Fibonacci swing. There's the A, there's the B, there's the C, and there's your D extension. Okay. Back to the scanner. Forex. Crosses. Click on the signal. Okay, pound NZD, bullish setup confirmed. Let's have a look at this one. Okay, I understand why it is bullish, because there is the market is above the 45 period exponential moving average. On the daily chart, do we have any patterns? No. Do we have any harmonic patterns? Nice, look at this. That is a deep crab harmonic pattern. The A is over here, because a harmonic pattern works like this. X, A, B, C, and then D. Okay, and the A is the target. So according to this deep crab, the target is at 2.3553. All right, it still needs to go to that one over there. That's nice. It's a nice bullish pattern. Where is the stop loss and target? Here's the 1 hour chart. Stop loss at 2.244. Entry 2.3029, and with a target at 2.4048, which is based on the 1 hour swing. There's the A, B, C, and D. And the reason the target is at 2.618 is because we have a super shallow retracement here. All right. Nice risk reward on that one also. Okay. this is basically all the Forex pairs that are aligned at the moment. For the sake of time, I'm going to jump to gold and silver as per Alfred's request. There is the Aussie CAD. You can go and have a look at that. Again, just make sure you are aware that you're going to pay a negative interest rate if you get stuck in these currency pairs that I just showed you. Rather wait for the yen and the Swiss franc ones to be aligned. But let's see. Let's go to commodities. Let's open up gold. It says here the direction of gold is currently bearish. Wait for a bullish flip. So gold is not tradable at this point. Even though it is bearish, the reason it's saying wait for a bullish flip is actually waiting for this one to turn bullish. It says there's a symmetrical triangle. Let's go and open up the charts. There's a Gartley pattern here with a target at 5,600 because that's where the A is, but the market is below the 45-period exponential moving average. So it is not tradable at this point. It is not tradable. This actually looks like a very nice bullish crown or head and shoulders pattern. I don't know if I can draw that. I guess not, but I'll just draw it manually. So this is the left shoulder. There's the head. There is the right shoulder with a massive target to the upside. Because remember, this is your neckline. So the low of the head projected all the way to the neckline, that is your target. So that's 4,700. So it looks like it's going to go to 4,700. But I mean, that's not even close to the daily, the Gartley pattern target at 5,600. But anyway, I wouldn't be taking any action here because it's not above the 45-period exponential moving average. Let's have a look at silver, which is XAG, USD. Right, here's a bearish Gartley pattern showing that silver could potentially fall, but I wouldn't be selling it because we are not in a recession at this point. So there's no reason to be selling silver at this point. I expect gold and silver to come down the moment that we see the cracks and there is a recession, but I don't think it's going to happen within the next year. But you'll see central banks most probably sell a lot of gold, and that will pull down a lot of commodities such as silver. They just want to get their hands on dollars at that point, so the dollar will strengthen and gold will fall and silver will fall. But at this point, that's not the case. Therefore, I would wait for this one to turn bullish. It says here, wait for a bullish setup, wait for a bullish setup, and that's the only thing we can do at this point is just wait. I don't see any other patterns here. Oh yeah, look at that. There's a lovely inverted head and shoulders drawn here. Look at that. Fantastic. Wow. Wow. I like that. Okay. Symmetrical triangle that's broken to the downside. Not too worried about that because wait for the market to move above the 45-period exponential moving average. Okay. With commodities not being aligned, and we don't have a lot of Forex that's aligned, let's go to the scanner and just see for interest sake which ones are giving us signals. TSM, that's a stock. Bullish setup confirmed with a swing target at 481, with position target at 481. Micron, that's going to go up to 1,423. ASML is going to go up to 2,600. That's nice. Wow. ASML. Okay, that's a chip company here in the Netherlands. JP Morgan's going to go up. Okay, and then you get some Forex. But there's more. Oh, no, there isn't. Oh, there is. Actually, there is. There's quite a lot here. Okay, Nikkei, UKX, DAX, NQ is a NASDAQ ETF, and then we have some foreign exchange. Let's see what we have from Micron. Let's open this one in the dashboard. Okay. For enter now, there's a target at 1423, and that is, why is that the target? There, you can see this on the 1 hour chart. There's the A, there's the B. We got a retracement to the 236, so the target is at 2.618. It's still going to move much higher. And guess what? I can see a head and shoulders here. Look at this. Look at that. Still going to go up. So, what is the narrative of today's session? What is the message that I want to convey? The message that I want to convey is that we are still risk on here and expect price to continue higher. Expect stocks to go up, expect crypto. Basically, anything that provides a high yield is going to go up. We're in a bubble, and I don't think we have seen the bulk of the move yet. I think it's still going to go much further. Jewel asking for the S&P. Yes, let's go and have a look at that. Which one should I choose? SPY or SPX? Let's just look at the SPX here. Okay, so S&P 500, we're above the 45 period exponential moving average. There's an inverted head and shoulders with a target of the inverted head and shoulders here at 8,152. That's the target, so it's likely going to continue much higher. Let's have a look at the Fibonacci. There's your up Fibonacci A, B, C, D swing. A, B, C with the D at 9,716. That is incredible. That is absolutely incredible. But look at that. There's your Fibonacci daily target. Crazy. Let's see what we have on the 1 hour chart. It says here we need to wait for a bullish setup. But there is a 1 hour D extension at 8,393. Let's have a look at some harmonic patterns, but it's basically bullish. I mean, if you look at the technical analysis, we're in a bullish minor trend on the daily chart. There is a huge primary trend with a bullish secondary trend here and a bullish minor trend. It's textbook. It's actually lovely. You should take a screenshot of this and put this in the training manual. Looking good. Anyway, back to the 1 hour. Let's see what we have from, okay, no harmonic patterns. And on the daily, we had one here, a cipher pattern. Why did this one fail? Because we're in a risk on situation. That's why we don't sell in these bull markets, only buy. So the verdict there, Jewel, is bullish. Okay, that's bullish. Right, so I'm going to prepare for the FOMC rate announcement. I really hope that you enjoyed today's session. I appreciate you all joining me today. If you'd like to have a quick meeting with me, just a catch-up call, please send me an email or just use the contact form on the KriekTrade.io website. If you have any suggestions, please get that over to me as well. And I'll send you guys an email once the recording is ready and it is on the website. Remember, you can get everything here on this platform. You can just click on the recordings section and you will be able to view all the past recordings. Okay, right. So everything is here. I hope that the layout is user-friendly and it all works well for you and that it is easy to navigate. Right, this is your friend from Portugal, Tian Kriek. Have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday. I'll see you guys next time.